I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little intimidated. The overarching theme of this video series that I want to make, documenting my progress here, is what have I gotten myself into? You ever heard of a little game called RuneScape?
Then you're likely familiar with the frustration of quest chains, where the end goal of what you want to do is locked behind a series of prerequisite tasks. These can quickly start building on themselves, and if you look too far ahead, it can lead to a state of mind called task paralysis. This happens to me a lot in RuneScape, which might be why I even brought up this analogy in the first place. I was also dehydrated. Take the Barrow's gloves for example. Looking these up on the wiki, they only have a couple of requirements at first glance. To be able to buy these gloves, all you need to do is complete the Lumbridge and Draenor Elite Diary, which in the process requires completion of a little quest called Recipe for Disaster. If you play RuneScape, you probably know where I'm going with this. To even begin this quest requires the completion of 10 other quests, 6 of which have their own prerequisite quests. 4 of those have even more prerequisite quests. That doesn't even include the skills that you need to even get started. Next thing I know, I'm spending my time running around looking for Gertrude's cat in a lumber yard, wondering what I'm doing with my life before I quit the game for 6 months.
It's kind of how I feel looking at this car right now. In the interior, for example, I gotta fix the speedometer. That's pretty easy right now because the shroud around the gauge cluster is missing, so I was able to reach back there and just pull it out. But to put a new one on, I'm going to need to remove the steering wheel. And if I remove the steering wheel, I should just take the dashboard out. Pull the dashboard out, I got to remove the center console. And when I remove the center console, I see that the shifter needs pretty much a complete rebuild. There's like a bunch of gaskets in here that it uses that are gone. They're gone. So I may as well do the shifter rebuild kit while I'm pulling the interior out. While I'm doing the shifter rebuild kit, I may as well pull the carpet out because that needs to be cleaned and redone. And if I'm pulling the carpet out, I may as well redo the foam padding underneath the carpet. But to remove the carpet, I also need to remove the seats and the seat belts. That's not that big a deal because the seats needed to be replaced anyways, and the seat belts are pretty faded. I'm probably just gonna replace those as well. And the soft top frame, which needs new cloth anyways, so I may as well replace that while it's out. So before I get task paralysis, I should probably just accept the fact that I'm not going to be driving this car for a little while and redo everything that I can while I'm in there. And I should probably break everything down into smaller tasks just so I don't get overwhelmed. Yeah, so while I wait for some more parts to get here, I already have a few that I want to put on, like these. I got these doors for 350 bucks for the pair, and looking at them again, some pros and cons. The window trim is still missing and rusty. One of the panels is loose on the interior side, but they're still in better shape than the ones that are on the car right now. Yeah, there's the obvious glaring issue, which is that they're blue and the car is not. I'm not really worried about that right now. The car needs to get repainted anyway, so we'll get there when we get there. There's no dents that I can see, and the windows roll up. Look at that. They get a little gummy at the bottom, but they work. They all work, and the door handles work. I may as well just swap the whole door out on both sides, and then it'll be easier from there to swap smaller parts and pieces as I go. So that's what I'm gonna do today, and then I'm gonna pull the soft top off completely, just to get the shifter rebuild kit this week, the dashboard repair kit, the radio. I actually have a radio from my old car that I'd like to try. I did get a dryer vent cleaner to try and clean out those gross, dusty vents. And I just ordered new seat belts. I have no faith that I'm gonna fix these things. That's pretty frayed. Right along there, that's right where the belt buckle hangs out. So I just ordered some new ones. I don't like the idea of driving around with faded and frayed seat belts. I don't think that's very safe. We got new receivers on the way, so yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that I pulled out of the car that I don't really want to put back in until I finish it from, you know, the bottom up. While I can, while I have the opportunity. So I'm hoping the doors are easy, because right now, getting in and out from the outside is really annoying. Oh, this window, oh. Hang on. Okay, so the window on this side works. Yeah, except I don't want to leave it up because then I can't get in the car. Oh no, and it doesn't want to go. Okay, how about you just go back down? I've been leaving the seats in here just to kind of protect them from the elements because I kind of care about them more than anything else with how hard it was to find seats. So once I'm ready to pull the rest of the dashboard out, then I'll pull the seats out again. Oh, that's probably important. Oh, that's what fell and hit me. Huh. Wonder where that came from. All right, I found an extra screw. I think that'll be it for this sort of introduction here. I'm gonna leave that screw in there because I don't know where it went. So we're gonna start with the doors and go from there, see what I can do today. I think I might just get new wheels and new tires. I've never heard of a Lizetti. These look like they're probably, I don't know how to read date, if there's a date code on this, but I'm gonna guess that this is well past that, just how cracked it is. Oh my God, that's probably unsafe. We're gonna set you over here. So now we've got the wheel off, it's a good time to look at anything else that might be screwed up. The shocks. Wow. The shocks are gone. Like completely gone, not a joke. Everything else feels pretty tight. I mean, there's some things on this car that probably should get replaced at some point, just out of the, you know, sheer like mileage. Like I can see this rubber is pretty cracked. Oh, now I can get a good look at the engine leaking too. Oh no. The whole underside of the car is just coated in grease. Oh, it's because the power steering pump blew out. There ain't no dust in that. The dust boots of the power steering totally blew out and flung grease across the whole underside of the car for Lord knows how long. Okay, I don't trust sitting under a jack like that, so I'm gonna stop doing that. But, okay, things that I'll worry about at a later time. The massive amounts of grease under the car. Okay, well. So here's the old door. With that, it had that dent kind of in the back end there. And now you can really see with a door that's not dented just how bad that got bashed in. But hey, other than that, look at that panel gap. It pretty much, as far as I can see, that matches how it used to be. I can't check that one yet because the fender's not on yet. But I think I did a pretty good job for just freaking going for it, dude. Yeah, it's all tightened back up now. I do still need to swap the locks out. These keys didn't work anyway for these doors. Oh, but being able to open it from the outside, that's nice. The window is not lining up with this. It's tucking under and it's not allowing the door to open again. So what I think I'm gonna do, obviously I'm getting to this, and I think that this is only intruding on the door because there's nothing pulling it back to the back anymore. Alright, let's get in the back end at some point. Hello? How? How, dude? You see where that came from? What the fuck? Free knife. Free tetanus. Yum.